We have got a killer car for you today. 1971 Dodge Challenger, uh, a 700 plus horsepower Hemi motor, top of the line chassis components, brake components, got a 5-speed pistol grip Tremec in there. This was a $252,000 build. That's just not a number I pulled out of the air. We have the actual invoices. We have folders stuffed with all the detailed records, receipts, and information about the car. We have 2 CDs loaded with pictures of the restoration process. This was done at a high-end restoration facility out on the West Coast. It's on their website. This is a high-end build, folks, so you can tell there was no expense spared. When you look at it, it's got about 1,600 miles since it's been done. It looks like it was done last night. It looks like it hasn't been driven at all. So even though it's got crazy horsepower, this is a car you can put out on the street, push it through the gears, and have fun and enjoy it and drive it. Go to volocars.com. That's where you can read a lot of the information and take your time and look at the pictures top to bottom. And that's where you'll find a price tag along with a monthly finance option on every one of the cars that we sell. And I can tell you I'm asking a fraction of what it costs to build this car. That's at volocars.com. If you enjoy these videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, click on the bell icon, and you'll be notified when the next video is posted. But for right now, buckle up. Let's go for a spin. Yeah, this car just screams quality. If you were here to look at it in person, you would agree with me. Everywhere you look, every nook and cranny, it's first class. Now, the underside of the car. This was flipped on a rotisserie. The floors were reconstructed, welded in frame rails, and this thing has an 11 or 14 point roll cage in here, which doesn't interfere with getting in and out. So this car, the point I'm making, this car is rigid. You want to take it out on a course, or you want to be going through the turns, it's not going to be all twisty. This thing's going to be solid. I'm going to refer to my cheat sheet. There's way too much to list on this car. I felt like I was cramming for the Constitution test, trying to memorize all this. So up front, the whole cross member, the K member they call it, that was replaced with a Magnum Force tubular K member. So it's all tubular structure, tubular control arms. It has Alden adjustable coilover gas shocks, an IPD sway bar, and a TRW rack and pinion steering. So completely custom front end. Obviously, it's been lowered down as well. Then you got the frame rails tying it to the back where there's a 4-link system with a similar setup. Tubular control arms, the Alden coilover adjustable gas shocks, the sway bar. Now it has custom brakes all the way around. Big Brembo brakes. They're 14.5-inch rotors in front, 14s in back. They're slotted. Got all the extras, billet calipers, custom brackets, aluminum hats, just all the little extra upgrades you put on the brakes. It's got them. The exhaust, it's a 3-inch custom-made, TIG-welded stainless steel exhaust. It's been ceramic coated, so it's a nice shiny silver. It has a crossover pipe, has Flowmaster mufflers, and it has big custom polished stainless steel square tips coming out through the rear valance. All new fuel system, which is in the trunk. We'll get to that in a little bit here. You look up at the motor, it has an anodized extra capacity oil pan. There's hoses coming out of the pan because there's a remote oil filter. There's a remote oil cooler. We'll get to that. That's in the engine compartment. It's a new TKO 600 Tremec 5-speed with a Lakewood scatter shield, a center force hydraulic clutch, Willwood master cylinder. There's a safety loop around the drive shaft going back to the rear end. The rear end is a new, from Dutchman Rear Ends, a Dana 60 with 35 spline axles, the aluminum girdle cover, and a 354 True Track gears inside. So underneath this car, again, the attention to detail, it's meticulous. The car looks like it was just done last night. And this car was actually finished around '06. I was blown away when I had seen that. So it cost $252,000 in '06. Today, this would be a $350,000, $400,000 build to duplicate. There's a 3-page spread in Hot Rod Magazine that will go with the car as well. There's signage. There's, again, a box of documentation. So let's check out the body. First of all, the hood. You might notice it's a little different. It's the power bulge hood, and they actually cut it and they raised it a couple inches. And there's pictures of them doing that. This is all fabricated metal. They made a wood jig on top of it to make sure everything is right and proper. I mean, they put, I don't know how many hours just into this hood, but they had to raise the hood and reconstruct it on the inside to accommodate the big motor. The bodywork on this car is meticulous, absolutely straight, no problem area, no issues, no cracking, square and flush. There's no bubbles, there's no bumps coming through, there's nothing funny happening. This body is outstanding. They filled in the marker lights on front and back. The wheel well lips are curled in to give them a little more room for the tires. They also reconstructed, they remade their mini tub wheel wells to fit the giant wheels in there. But this body work is fantastic, square and flush, smooth all down here, no rust, no damage, precision fit, nothing funny happening. You got the hood pins. These are open air scoops. So the body is flawless. I don't see a flaw anywhere. Same thing with the paint. It's actually a 2007 color. I think they called it flame yellow. It's a nice bright yellow, and it is polished like glass. This is better than the finish on a brand new Dodge Challenger. This is polished like glass. These are vinyl graphics on the side and on the hood, custom for this car. All the glass is replaced. Every piece of stainless is polished and straight. Every piece of chrome, the door handles, the bumpers, all the trim show quality. They also removed the gas filler. It's inside the trunk. So the marker lights and gas filler were removed. Again, all the glass replaced. Tail panel. All of this here is in excellent shape. Look at that big giant exhaust tips. So the wheels, they're Forgeline wheels. They're custom made, unique for this car. They are 20 by, well, let me look. They're huge. The wheels are 20 by 10 in front, 20 by 11 and a half in back. Those are some big wheels. They don't rub. And then they're all wrapped in Michelin Pilot Sport high performance tires. There's supposed to be less than 100 miles on these tires and wheels. These were put on later. So that's the outside. We got a lot more to talk about, so let's look inside. All right, what have we got here? We got a squeaky trunk. Under the trunk lid's painted just as slick as the top side. With the latch with nice stainless hardware. And of course the jamb is painted, the weather strips replaced. So all the metal inside the trunk, all clean metal. Looks like it was sprayed with like a chip guard material. Now we have the batteries relocated in the trunk. It has a master kill switch right here. This is a Safe Fuel is the name of the tank. I think it's stainless steel. It's a 22-gallon fuel cell. All stainless braided hoses and premium fittings. I can't stress enough to you guys how nice this car is. This is a high-end build, nothing to apologize for. The guys in the shop love the car. Door jambs are just as slick as the car. All the weather strips and seals and sill plates were replaced. Door panels are wrapped in genuine leather, 2 different types of leather. The dash is all reupholstered. Custom instrument panel with a full set of VDO gauges. the pedal box. Don't even know exactly what that is, but all the pedals and the pedal box, that's all custom fabricated, all new wiring and fuse panel. Has a Momo racing style steering wheel, good old pistol grip shifter, all new carpet front to back. Now these racing seats, they hold you in place. They're Recaro seats with suede. Then you have the harnesses that'll really hold you in when you're tearing up the curvy roads. Now this roll cage really makes the car safe and sturdy. There are bars that go across here, but they're laying in the back. You don't need to use those. If you're going to the drag strip, you probably put them in. And then in back is all carpeted, and all the panels are wrapped in genuine leather, so there is no back seat. Headliner's redone. I forgot to mention it has a metal chin spoiler underneath the front, one of a kind, custom made. All right, so that's a world product block. It's a 528 Hemi. There's dyno sheets. The highest dyno I seen was 688 horsepower, 660 pounds of torque, but there were several handwritten pieces of paper with even higher numbers in the 700s. But I tell you, this is a strong motor. So it's fully blueprinted and balanced, has all good stuff, Oliver rods, JE pistons, it's 10.5 to 1, so it's not crazy. Comp cam, load-in timing gears, has a dry-wet sump conversion. They are Mopar aluminum heads, have been ported and polished. That's an Indy prototype intake with a giant 1150 dual feed heli carb. And all the fittings all the way back to the tank are all premium. You have fuel regulator here. Got some nice polished valve covers. Trying to figure out what this component right here is or where that goes to. That looks real nice. All painted gloss, all stainless hardware. This is the remote oil filter. And look at the lines and the pressure gauge. There's the MSD box. MSD billet distributor. Look at this up here. This is an engine oil cooler. My one mechanic said that's like what NASCAR uses. That keeps the engine oil cool. We got a Griffin aluminum radiator with a custom fabricated shroud, dual electric fans, aluminum water pump, custom power steering system with the remote reservoir. You have an overflow bottle for the radiator. These are the master cylinders. You have front brakes, back brakes, and the clutch. You got another support bar going across here. And again, just look at the level of detail. This is an absolutely stunning show car that will hit it and get it if you want it to. There's no question this thing's a powerhouse, but it's also, I guess you want to use the word tame. This is cold. I just started it. It's idling on its own. I guess it's manageable is the word I was looking for. The clutch, the steering. All seems to be very user-friendly. Just screams quality. I'm looking up here way into the fender, the hinges. It's just as shiny as the outside. I was saying the guys back in the shop, our lead mechanic inspects each car. He said the car is amazing. He says fast, but yet it's a car you can get in and drive. We do service each car, so this car's been through the shop and serviced. in the description on our website. It'll tell you what we did to it, but it's turnkey, ready to go. This is ready to enjoy, ready to drive, ready to go to car shows. Go to volocars.com. That's where you can talk to the salesman about your questions. They'll help you finance it. They'll help get it delivered to your door at volocars.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, click on the bell icon. You'll be first to see the next one posted. Thanks for watching.